This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hey everybody, Terry Crews here and Roy Crews here. This is Game 5, the sudden death between the Eastern and the Western Conference. We've seen the last two, as the other ones have already made their way down to the conference finals. The Florida Panthers and the Dallas Stars. But there's only the final four teams that will be able to try to make things off and try to get on to a great start to see what goes on with the next and for its best of the game in Game 5. The sudden death between both teams, and the winner of this one will move on to the conference finals. Right now we have the last team remaining in the Eastern Conference, the New Jersey Devils and the Washington Capitals, as they already are now making their way in Game 5. This is it. If the Devils win, they'll be facing on against the Florida Panthers at Emirates Arena starting in Game 1. And if the Capitals win, they'll be able to stay home as they will be playing against the other team of the Florida Panthers for Game number 1. This is it. Last two remaining will crown to move on to advance to the conference finals. Will it be the Devils or the Capitals? My next commentary support partners, I have one of our big takes in, and they are ready to show anything. Willie, also along with the other two, with Tyler, and finally we have it across his test tube. Final of the ice center and center ice, I have one of our big takes in, is Ballpoint Pen. He's here with us, and we'll see how well he do to get things in. And now let's prepare things up. Devils, Capitals, next on EA Sports. It's one of our big part of the nights here as we are at Washington, the final game and round 2. I'm Willie and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Tyler. And for commentary of the crew, it's Test 2. It's about to go down. Puck is ready and we are on its way to start the puck drop. The frozen biscuit is dropped and we are underway. Final game in round 2 at Capital One Arena. Start of the game here. Thompson will come out with a big save here with the first start. As right now Thompson will get his first save of the night in Game 5. Now this will start things in. This will get a next puck drop in Washington territory to New Jersey territory as Chick Run will have it over. This one poked up. Andre Palat will have it. Rebound by Andre Palat. He will give it back to Strome and he will now send it over to Tom Wilson. Wilson sets across right in the range. Over to Ovechkin on a shot. This is wide and it goes right toward the wall. He'll swing it back over to Chick Run and this one will keep out of zone. Right to Palat. Palat set the pass over to Hughes. Gillen goes right down and it's rebound by Strome. He'll carry it over right toward Wayne. He'll set to Ovechkin. Shot saved by Mark Strome. He'll hold things in and he'll get ready for another puck drop in the New Jersey territory. As both teams are even up in the match, they still have a lot of time to think about it to find out which goal will start first. Here's Brett Pesky. He'll send it over to Timo Meier. He'll give it over to Hisker. Hisker's right in toward the range. Moves around. Glove save by Thompson. He's gloving that one here very bigly. And then you know how that one is going to make the start after for Logan Thompson. Gilkey's going to make that one, making a hope, and make the great range to keep things from going back to back. Now the win for Pesky. He'll have it over. Now it's back to Hisker. He'll send to Kovacevic. McMichael will now have it over to Protas, right toward Wayne. He'll send it back to McMichael. Went down, Mark Strome covers the puck. 18:44 remaining in the first period as they'll have some time to get for another puck drop into New Jersey territory. A lot of time left in the period as Kovacevic will send it over to Mert Meyer. Timo Meyer poked it out, and it's now back to Pesky, right in toward the wing. Near the wall, again to Mercer. Mercer shot, go for redirection, Van Riemsdyk stops the puck. Sometimes you just don't get off to a great start. Sometimes you just need to play it out there better. May not be the better choice if you wanted to take in with some good goals to start off. Here's the range to Meyer. Meyer right toward Wade. Right to pass. In front of shot. Going for a rebound in for the New Jersey, and it's stopped made by Logan Thompson. Thompson's really like giving everything what he does. That's the first part of it, and I've always seen how he can definitely handle it. His choice is to be part with a teammate and then get this first goal in to start game 5. Both teams are set, ready for the next puck drop. No score in the game between New Jersey and Washington. He stops that one as Jack Hughes will have it the other way. He'll handle it over right toward the middle. Ovechkin with the puck steal. He now sets it over to Tom Wilson. Looks to Strome. Strome shot saved by Mark Strome. Jesper Bratt will now have it over down to Palat. Palat sets to Jack Hughes and goes offside with only 17:34 remaining in the first period. Now as the team wins the faceoff, here's Luke Hughes. He'll start things in. The last time we saw him, he has made his first goal in the playoffs against the Washington Capitals. He has won this time, but we'll find if he gets his next goal with the team. I really say that Luke Hughes is really like playing with his better confidence. The unthinkable really made it in for the great take. It's unforgettable when it starts up here for the New Jersey Devils and make that one possible. Anything can happen in Jersey by Luke Hughes and, of course, Jack Hughes. It makes it simple, that's all it cares. The net was right toward the wall. He was a little strangled to get up after Tom Wilson with relentless hit. He's really been bruised. It looks like he'll have to get back out of the ice, and it looks like he'll have to see what happened to him. As the Mech is in the locker room, we'll have to wait for some updates here later by the start of the second period. And this time, he'll now have it over to Hamilton. This one rebounds it. He'll now find Eric Hollow. Here's Nosey. Gives it back over to Mangiapane as he'll set it across, now find Buhemi. Buhemi rolls around, and this one will stop out. Eric Hollow will swing it again to Connor. Connor lost his handling as he gives it over to Dougie Hamilton. Rolls it off to Nosey. Nosey sets across, now finding to Connor. Connor backs it up. And a rebound by the Devils. Washington's back in offense zone as Nick Dowd will carry it. Looks around, right toward a shot, saved by Mark Strome. This one will carry out, and it's back to Curtis Tatar. That was really like a stoppable chain for Mark Strome. He really made that one with a nice save to make that one stop. I never seen how that one was going to change it, but that's the part of it that they couldn't get their first goal in them. Now here's the win for Washington Capitals. Lazar from outside. Here's Chikrin again to Protas. Protas makes his way over down to Carlson. He'll find it to McMichael. McMichael's shot, saved by Markstrom. Rebound by Dubois. And he'll settle it over to Chikrin. Fires it, saved by Markstrom. Full pressure's coming on. Stop made by Markstrom. That one sends it out, and what a great stopping this is. Oh, that was really terrific. All that happens from Markstrom, he really makes a quick dial in. And it's saved by Thompson. The other side of it may happen to get over this range. I mean, you got to get a good feeling here for Markstrom and for Thompson. It's hard to get over this. Nobody stands that chance afterwards if they play it like this. It's for real. Never sets it over with the great goals to take in. That's like a big banger on a set. Now the win for Quinn Hughes, for Luke Hughes. He'll now have it over right toward the wing again to Timo Meyer. Meyer will set to Gistler. Extra shot save on the pad by Logan Thompson. And he'll have it over to Chick run the other way, and he'll set the pass to Dubois. Dubois, right in the middle, with a shot release, big stop by Markstrom. They'll have it over to Hishker, and now back the other way will be the Capitals in the Hishker territory, and back over to the Capitals. Here's Ovechkin. He'll have it over in the wing. Stumbles across the wall, trying to get a stoppage, and save made by Markstrom. He almost would have had his first goal to start in for the game. Tom Wilson couldn't get that lunge forward. It was really like how that hard it turned out. I know that wasn't easy enough, but let's say this. You play for Capitals, you definitely just need some rebounding. It's not really easy when you're doing this straight. I know it's going to get harder and difficulty out of the way, but it don't stand a chance. It really is going to make that one feel harder, and definitely a never or not, he really had it all coming back downward. Next face-off's on between the Caps and the Devils. Now to win for Washington Capitals, the rebound by Van Riestad. He'll send it over to Sandy. Strome sets to Wilson. And here's a fire shot this wide. Back to Ovechkin. He'll send to Tom Wilson. Move around the slot. What a stop by Markstrom. Makes a great save to stop in play. Seemed like Markstrom really had that one with a great use. This is right toward the glove snatch, and that was right on its side. That was really good, but he did that one with a good starting, but nothing really killed up in a momentum to keep things from coming back. That really was a great start to get it up for the goaltender. A lot of time up in the period. Capitals and the Devils with no goals in the game past the 15 minutes in the period. Now Dillon will send it over to Hamilton. He will now give a swing over to Stefan Nosek. Nosek. Holla! Save move by Thompson. Behind the back is Nosek. He'll have it over to the middle with a glove save by Thompson. Great stoppage for the Capitals goaltender to make another huge save. He's really all into the energy. I really have to say now for Logan Thompson, he's really given everything what he did for. Nothing really would have mattered in that, but he really showed off everything what he can definitely try to do for. This is a possible strength to make that goal count. Here's Verona, glove save by Markstrom. He'll stop in play as they'll be making it under 14 minutes remaining in the first period. Next on attackers is right in range between the Devils and the Capitals with under 14 minutes in the first. The win for the Devils. Here's Hamilton. He'll now give it over to Palat. The late penalty going to be on the Capitals. That's going to be a slashing, and interference will be on Nick Down.
Washington penalty, 2 minutes for interference.
It's not going to change anything. He's going to get in the penalty box for the first penalty call. Capitals. Oh, yeah. Penalty kill. So the Capitals will have their first penalty kill, and the Devils are starting their first power play in Game 5. They need to start doing things in here. What nobody wants to do is they don't
Number 26, 2 minutes for interference.
All they have to do
Double
is
penalty in the first period, 13 minutes, 55 seconds. That's a penalty on Washington. Number 26 on Nick Down. Double penalty for Washington Capitals, 13:55 for a 2-minute interference.
You don't want to make that one feel like you're all over the place. You got to make sure that you're in the right time. You're all set, ready for our next puck drop. Devils in Washington, still 0. Now to win, as Martin Forevery will now have it over the other way. Fouling for loose puck. Rebound by Hamilton. In the range. That one stucks up and rebounded by the Devils. Kicks it out back to Palat. Here's Jack Hughes, clubs it up, and Thompson will stop it in with only 13:10 remaining in the first period. We haven't hit the midway mark in the period, as it's still a 0. The win for Dawson Mercer, and the puck winds all the way back into Devils territory. Palat right over to Jack Hughes as he sets to Dawson Mercer. Mercer sets to Connor. Connor shots blocked up by Roy. And Roy will have it over, now find again to Jack Hughes. Now to right to center ice. Well, that's right toward in the wing. Sets it over to Cotter. Cotter looks to Jack Hughes. He fires it, dips it out as Van Riestad has it over to Nikolai Eller. Under 50 seconds for the Devils power play, you'll give it back to Dawson Mercer. Pumps it right toward the wall, and now the rebound will make on for Paul Cotter. Here's Jack Hughes. He's right toward wing. Enters the attacking zone. Roy sets to Eller, and now he will clear it out of the zone, carries it along the wing, and then on the wall. New Jersey back in offense as now Ehlers will have it watching on Mercer and Cotter. Cotter back into Washington territory. Here's to Cotter. Glove snatch by Thompson. Shots on that power play only had made 5, but there might be no power play goals to start off for the Devils. Well, they definitely did. I mean, all we need to do for it is that Logan Thompson's got to make sure he got the eye and key range. If he doesn't have the right set, he's got to make that one clear out. Time's wasting down. Nosen went step for the boards, and that will end the power play for the New Jersey Devils. It will be 0-1 for their team. Got to great communicate on that one. You got to get effort in there. When this is a great start, there's no way to make that one range out. This one was a great starting range for New Jersey Devils as they really like regrouping it. But for the Washington Capitals, they've really been locked out. They turned it to make it great. And now, as we're speaking of this one, Logan Thompson is one of our Canadians ice hockey goaltender. He was making his way by 2020, signing a free agent starting with the Vegas Golden Knights. And now, he's been traded off, and his next contract is made to start for the Washington Capitals. What we need to know for is Logan Thompson, as he makes it a great change to have his own starting goal of his career. The status as he's played for was very still over the AJHL League. That means, AJ means the Alberta Junior Hockey League. He really hasn't started to make his range in there in his league before being drafted in NHL. What I really know about Logan Thompson, he really has making his career status. The playing of his career, playing for junior, university, and then the minor leagues. He really has shown things off. And his for U15 junior hockey, he really had made that one all with the shoes and everything what he did. With the Calgary Bisons of the Alberta Midget Hockey League, and it was only just that. With the CBHA Blackhawks and the Calgary Buffaloes. That was a splitting between 2014-15 season between the Grande Prairie Storm and the Brandon Wheat Kings of the Western Hockey League. He really makes that one a great chain off, and he really had started off with a better range. Stop made by Mark Strom as he'll cover things in with only 10:37 nearing the midway mark. And now I'll have it over to center ice. It's Paul Poipen. Thanks, folks. As for right now, the new replacement for the center ice was, of course, me. We've got a great range to show things off. Taking a look at the range here for Alex Ovechkin, he makes this one of his own skating ability. He is a grade A chaser, and he makes it on his grade A moment as he makes his appearance of making the beating it own record right from Wayne Gretzky's record with 895 goals in his career. The season of it has made that one with a great start as he is maintaining his way off. The better race has been possible, and I'll be finding out about Ovechkin with the next goal in before retiring.
New Jersey penalty, 2 minutes for tripping.
Penalty's going to be on Timo Meier. He slipped on somebody else, and that was right on, the one of the other players.
And
this will be the first power play to start for the Capitals.
Power play!
Power play will start in for the Washington Capitals as we're in for 10:06 remaining in the first period. Power play will be
on New Jersey. Number 28, 2 minutes for tripping. Talbot penalty, 10 minutes, 14 seconds. That's New Jersey penalty on number 28 on Timo Meier. Talbot penalty in the first, 10-13 for a 2-minute tripping.
Make sure you have some good offense range in. So we'll set it over to Jesper Bratt as he'll fire it out of the zone and back into Caps territory. Check run, pass deep over again to Radish. Racing in, inbound to Mangiapane, shot missed, and rebound by Mark Strom as he'll handle it up. Hover up with only 9:32 remaining. Now the other way is Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes is one of our amazing of his own timing. The perfect percentage is really making an easy range in. As he makes his own Iliad percentages, he makes that one with a nice big chain off to choose for his own momentum. The timing is just right. The only play that we are looking in for is on the right inbounding. What they need to know for is the big startup for Alex and the team to keep things racing in. Sometimes you just need to play it for us, sometimes you need to play it afterwards. Jack Hughes may be able to get his 10th goal in the playoffs, and now he will make his 11th goal in the playoffs if he's tied up with Matthew Tkachuk. He might be his next victim if they beat against the Capitals. I'll find out about Jack Hughes if he makes his setting daily edges at the right time. Guys. Stroll right over to Ovechkin. Shot saved by Markstrom. He stops the play with only 9:04 remaining in the first period with under a minute remaining for the Caps power play. Now they're able to set things off. Ready for our next puck drop between the Caps and the Devils. The win for the Devils. Dawson Mercer will clear the zone. Fires that one out. And now the rebound by Alex Ovechkin. He'll hand it over to Connor McMichael. Again over to Tom Wilson. He'll set to McMichael on a firing shot, but a rebound in. This one is right toward the wall. Wilson. McMichael shot and he scores! Connor McMichael! It's a high goal! They're going to start one on in game 5. This is where it starts in for the power play effort. Connor McMichael races over right toward the Markstrom. That one was raced in there, passing the goaltender right in the range. That wasn't really sure that was going to make it in there. That one was right in there. You see what happened to that? Connor McMichael was right in there for the backhander on that goal. You really have that great range, and that one makes a good start for the Capitals as they're on the board. 1-0 starts in for Washington as we pass the 9-minute mark in the first period. By Tom Wilson and Ovechkin, they got their assist down and running a notch. Yeah, they really done great. I mean, I know what they've done. They've been playing it for a whole time. And what they have to get through this is move the puck back and forth with some passing. It's a great way to do this. I've really got a great feeling for Connor McMichael. He might sell it in with some great checks.
Washington penalty, 2 minutes
the
for cross
Capitals.
checking.
That will be Lars Eller as he's heading to the penalty box. Yeah, that's a pretty bad sign. And that one is right turning. He pushed it right one of the defenders over. He really had that one with a huge effort. That's not how you start things. You don't want that to play it afterwards. First penalty kill will start in for the Capitals. This will be 0-1. Let's see if the Devils can capitalize it with an advantage on the power play.
Penalty on Washington, number 20. 2 minutes for cross checking. Tubman penalty in the first period, 8 minutes, 25 seconds. That's penalty on Washington Caps, number 20. Tubman penalty in the first period, 8:25 for a 2-minute cross checking.
And here's Stefan knows it. He's right toward it in the wing. Finds the chest for Pratt on a shot. Save made. That one blocked it up by a defender. Nico Ishker right around the net. He has it over to Jack Hughes. He looks like Hamilton, fires the tee. Off and redirected again to Rock. Ishker finds Nosek. He'll give it in the middle. What a save by Logan Thompson. Well, on a save, and he just ripped it through. Can't believe it. Now Logan Thompson really notched that up. That one was a nice save to get that one reaching in. That was very close. He almost would have missed it, but that one was a great stop to try to keep that out. No more pressure in. That one is right in it. Next face-offs on between the Capitals and the Devils. With under 8 minutes remaining in the first period, 1-0 Cap Washington. Hughes sets it to W. Hamilton, and he blocked the shot. This one will redirect it out, and Hamilton will give it over right again to Jesper Bratt.
Score on the power play, number 24.
Right over the middle. Connor takes it over. Now passes to Marana. Marana finds
by number 43, Tom
goes back
Wilson.
to number 7. Here's Nico Gishner. Gishner sets the pass to W. Hamilton. Right again to Hughes. Right turn to Hamilton. Shots blocked. Rebounded by the Devils.
Connor McMichael. Score on the power play. His 6th of the playoffs, assisted by Tom Wilson and Ovechkin in the first period for the Capitals on a power play minute at 11:17 in the playoffs.
Settling rebound with 7 minutes remaining in the first. W. Hamilton. In big range, right toward the corner of the net. And rebounded by the Devils, as now is back to Dawson Mercer. Mercer sets the counter. Great save by Logan Thompson. Off to Mercer, firing range for a rebound, stop by Thompson. 21 seconds for the Devils power play, only 6:45 remaining in the first period. They really have to do that everything. Logan Thompson really would want to try to keep that zone out, but he didn't want to make that one feel uncomfortable. Timo Meier looks like Hughes. Hughes shot glove save by Thompson. Let's have the status in for Tom Wilson. When he's first playing in with the Capitals, he makes it also a Canadian player. The better team may be helpful. Oh no, if they will have to wait here, and Paul Cotter will get a power play goal. He was late, and he definitely tied it up, and he was not getting it right in there to move. That is a bad start though, and it looks like that Logan Thompson will have to try to get over this from the right strength.
New Jersey goal for his first goal of the game. First goal in the playoffs, and assisted by a team score on the power play, number 47, Paul Cotter. Top of the goal for the Devils power play, 13:26. Paul Cotter, his first goal in the game, third goal in the playoffs, score on a power play, unassisted by a team for the New Jersey Devils at 13:26 power play minute in the playoffs.
Over now to Wilson. Wilson's shots blocked, rebounded up, and saved by Markstrom. Just about 6 minutes remaining in the first period as they're both teams ready to take the next puck drop. And now let's do things again. Now let's talk about Tom Wilson. He's a Canadian professional ice hockey right winger and the alternative captain for the team. He has some big message in for Alex Ovechkin, and he's been noticing how he definitely changes up when he chooses everything what he did play for. Confidence is over feelings, but he played really well, and he got a great timing together to play with the Capitals by Alex Ovechkin. And for his last final season, Tom Wilson will have to make a next captain to change things on to help the teammates out. Between Tom Wilson and the teammates, we'll see how they do to make that one to go with a new dynamic duo for the Capitals. Kovacevic in the
New Jersey penalty, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
And the Capitals are on the power play. Kovacevic in the penalty box, as now they're ready to take their man advantage on the power play. PK unit is really giving enough use of the energy. Sometimes
penalty on New Jersey, number 8, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty in the first, 5 minutes 49 seconds. New Jersey penalty on number 8, Jonathan Kovacevic. Time of the penalty in the first period of the playoffs, 5:49 for a 2-minute cross-checking.
Stop by Markstrom, he will cover things in with only 5:29 remaining in the first period. Both teams are set, ready for a next puck drop. Talking in for Tom Wilson as he selected him in the first round in the 2012 NHL entry draft, his 16th overall draft pick. The next thing he does with, he was raised in Toronto, Ontario after being born. Spent 1 year in minor ice hockey as a defenseman before switching to forward, where he could be more involved in the game. And then spending time in Toronto Hockey League, the Plymouth Whalers of the Ontario Hockey League have selected Wilson in the 2010 OHL draft. That was part of the Ontario Hockey League, but he makes the following year for his Canada to capture the gold medals in the Olympic Games, the World U17 Hockey Challenge, and the Ivan Hinckley Memorial Tournament. His first 2 seasons was the junior ice hockey team. He made that appearing to make this living. But his wrist, knee, knuckle, and attracted attention was during the 2012 Rose Robertson Cup playoffs. He really has shown it in there when he makes it this great playing with the Whalers of his season concluded from it, as he really wants to join in for his first season to start in with the Capitals by 2012-13 season. And then their team started in with the 2013 Stanley Cup playoffs. He really wanted to play 2 games against the New York Rangers, and they definitely did notice that one play gives it all. And in 2018, what a goal! Dylan Stone made that one a great range in with the power play effort. I gotta see this one more time here, really. I really love seeing things from Dylan Stone. He really raised it in. captured it with the power play goal. He really had that one flew right ahead. That's a great goal. And Markstrom would have had a high up on a head knee pad, but it was a little late. That time he was way quicker than expected. Fast to take in as he now has to lead up to 2-1. Capitals on a 2-1 win over the Devils. And now this time they got a great advantage to take the sprint for the Capitals. Wilson shot, put in a rebound in for Wilson. He scores! Quick takedown. It's now a 1-point lead to a 2-point lead. Tom Wilson scores their next playoff goal. This is what happens for Tom Wilson after Dylan Strome with only 3 seconds. Markstrom was not able to see that one clearly. He really showed it off, and with that, it was entirely blocking chain out on the second time. He really would want to play it with their teammate. He couldn't get that goal in the first place, or he definitely did on his second attempt. He made that one easier, and for Dylan Strome, it's nothing to change. His 9th goal in the playoffs. And with that, for Wilson, his 6th goal in the playoffs. This is definitely the hardest shame that they've really been doing
Capitals
before.
goal, his 9th goal in the playoffs score on the
He
power
wants
play,
to
number
take a change
17,
and try to be over
Dylan
by the Florida Panthers.
Strome.
Well,
Plus, it's the guy number 24, Connor Michael. And by number 6, Jacob Chikro. Time on a goal for the Caps power play, 15-15. Dylan Strome, his 9th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game on a power play goal. Assisted by Connor McMichael and Chikro. In the first period for the Capitals. On a power play minute at 15-15 in the playoffs.
Reset with the rebound again to Verona. Verona. Carrying the motion to Eller. Larson shot saved by Markstrom. Paul Cutter gives it back to Nozen. Nozen carries the pass to Jack Hughes. Roy takes it over out in the bounding, back over into the Caps to the Devils territory. Jacob Verona, the righty, a shot saved on a pad by Markstrom. He's tripped and there'll be a penalty on Eric Kalla. He's in a penalty
New Jersey
box.
penalty, 2 minutes for
That's going to be
tripping.
another power play effort for the Capitals. You know this is not going to change it off. Eric Kalla, he wrenched it in too soon. He went too quick, and yet that timing was way off.
And the Capitals are
for the Capitals,
power
if they can
play.
answer it with a 3-point extension. Capitals on the next power play advantage with under 4 minutes, 3:23 left in the first. Next power play's on.
Penalty on New Jersey, number 56, 2 minutes for tripping. Total penalty in the first period of playoffs, 3 minutes, 25 seconds. That's a penalty on New Jersey. Number 56, Eric Hall. Time and penalty, 3:25 remaining in the first period for 2-minute tripping.
Now they're settled, ready for another puck drop. 3 wins to score, Washington. Now the win for Dubois.
Capitals goal!
Ovechkin back the other way. He'll set it over to Luke Dubois again on the edge.
Wilson!
Bryant takes it back to Lazar.
Assisted by number 8.
Lazar sets the Kovacevic.
Ovechkin.
Over to the middle, Jesper
Time
Bratt
and a goal,
shot saved
15:23
by
remaining in the first period. Tom Wilson, his
He's
6th
back
goal
to
in the
John
playoffs, assisted by Alex
Carlson. And a broken
Ovechkin
pass.
in the
Here's
first
Bratt.
period for the
Moving
Washington
inside,
Capitals
saved
at
by
15:23
Thompson.
in the playoffs.
Great stop in with a stroke and a goal, shutting down. Nothing yet. He's really like giving everything. Logan Thompson was like, got a great save in there. Gotta keep playing afterward. He got a great save in there. The right time to be there. Here's McMichael. He'll have it right toward wing as he has it back to Strome. Right to Tom Wilson. He rolls it over to Sandy. Sandy to Chikron and toward the middle. This one's blocked the shot. Curtis Tatar clears it out. Rebound by Chikron again to Sandin. And he rolls the pass over to McMichael. Goes right to Strome. Strome shot. Patted off by Markstrom. Stefan Nozen. Back to Tom Wilson as he heads to Strome with 50 seconds remaining for the Caps power play. McMichael. Shot. Glove save by Markstrom. Just nearing the 2-minute mark in the first period. They're ready for another puck drop inside the zone. And a win for the Devils. Kovacevic clears it out. 2 minutes remaining in the first period, as now this will be rebounded by Carlson. Alex Ovechkin will have it again to Dubois, and he has it to Radish. Radish right toward wing. Swings it to Mangiapane. Shot saved by Markstrom. Just nearing the 90-second mark in the first period, and they'll be able to look for a goal to get it back in. Ishker wins the faceoff as Kovacevic gets over to Dylan. He'll clear that out, and now back behind it, right toward nearing the goaltender, is Alex Ovechkin. He goes down, rebound by Dawson Mercer. Just 10 seconds remaining, he's ready to get back out there. Radius, and Giappone shot, he scores! Quick shot for the goal! A goal complex to beat it over with just 1 second before the regulation period keeps on continuing with full strength. There was nothing to say for Mangiapane. He really got that in slipping motion. How did that one get right toward in the middle? He just makes his cut. And just a power play before the time expires. Just about 1 second. Man, how do you feel about that for Mangiapane? He just made that one really easy enough to have his own power play goal. I wasn't really sure if that one's going to make it in there. So, I'll have to see about that if he got a power play goal or not. And now the win here for the Devils is now Palat. Will have it right toward wing. It's back to Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Protas will set to Carlson. Set to McMichael, right toward wing. He'll send it back to Carlson. He sets to Protas. Protas makes his way right toward the wing. Sliding it back to Dubois. Left save by Markstrom. Palat goes down. Hughes with the rebound.
There is only 1 minute remaining in the first period of the
right
game.
Toward wing. Bolts it out. Rebounded by Jack Hughes. He'll now swing back to Carlson, again to Protas. Protas right toward the wing. Under a minute remaining in the first period, that's Jesper Bratt. Will send it to Palat. Palat goes down, rebounded by Jesper Bratt. And right to middle, Jack Hughes.
Assisted by number 16, Taylor Radius.
Just 34 seconds remaining in the first period. And as Mangiapane gets 5 goals in the playoffs,
18 minutes,
you might get
46
6 to get 2 goals in a game. Might be though. I mean, I might say that Mangiapane can get 2 goals in the playoffs, but we'll see about that. Alex Ovechkin right toward the wing. He gets slammed behind the back by Pesky. Paul Cotter back over to Eric Holla. Holla got in motion. Shot. He scores. He rolls that one with a nice cutting chain to end the first period. Eric Holla has his next goal. That's his 4th in the playoffs. After that penalty kill, he went right afterward and he just had his next goal in. It's not really easy when Eric Holla makes that his own goal. That big range is right in. Cutting in for motion in, nearing the creasing, it's really difficult for Thompson to keep the range in. If he was right near him, he could have had that with a next goal to try to knock it out. So the Capitals and the Devils are in a close range 4-2 game as we're nearing the end of the first period. Now the win, here's Van Riestad. He will send it over to Tom Wilson the other way. Fires it, saved by Markstrom. Ovechkin shot, blocked it by Markstrom. 7.9 seconds remaining in the first period. They're off and ready to do things again. Both teams on a tightness range. This will be the end of the first period if the Caps win the faceoff. Sorry about that. And it's Holla will end it off here in the first period.
And that will end the first period. Your score,
game.
Washington Capitals 4 and New Jersey Devils 2 for the first intermission.
Coming in to finish things down. They're back down by 2, but we'll be back with a second period right after this break. Welcome back, folks, as we're ready to get started for the second period in Washington. Here we go, we're ready to get things started for the second period in the DC of Washington. Second period starts now as I have it over to you guys. Let's see what your takes are for the first period on a starting
New Jersey goal, his fourth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 56, Eric Hall. Assisted by number 47, Paul Cotter, and by number 11, Stefan Nozin. Top minute goal, 19:43 remaining in the first period. It's Eric Hall, his fourth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Paul Cotter, and Stefan Nozin in the first period for the New Jersey Devils at 19:43 in the playoffs.
He really has done it again. For some big reasons, I would have to say now is that it's not always easy when you make this thing a win, but you just do on your own to try to keep playing for it at the same time. Yeah, I agree on Tyler, and I've never seen anything. When this play can definitely be a charge, and this challenging is not going to make it easier enough, it doesn't get better that way. You just really need to do is try to keep it controlling for your effort, and just try to do your best. There's no right or wrong way that you can definitely do for it, but you just got to do your best to keep it going. Here's Mangiapane. He will send it back to John Carlson. He gives it over to Dubois. Dubois lost it. Here's McMichael. Brilliant shot, scores! Here's Dubois. Rolls it in with a 5-2 score over the Devils. It was nothing like this as he has his third goal in the playoffs. He made his one timing, just the right amount of effort. You just don't really see how that one's going to make the change. By Michael, and then you just give it over to Pierre Dubois. He was cutting in on Markstone, but then this rebound happened. That was Dubois, and it was right near the preset. That was great to keep the in here from pun back and vision. Now they have a 5-2 lead over by the New Jersey Devils with 18:36 remaining in the second period. They'll be able to keep things going as Kovacevic gives it to Mercer. Mercer gets to Kovacevic and a shot save made by John Thompson. Here's Dubois, he sets to McMichael. McMichael, roll toward wing and you'll have that one stopping and bounding. And it's right toward the back. Great save on the play. And this one will stop in by Jacob Markstrom. Now the other way comes back to Hitchker. Here's another set here for the Devils. Now a shot blocker saved by Thompson and rolls right toward the wing. Behind the back is Dubois. He rolls the
first goal of the game scored by number 80, Dubois. Assisted by number 24, Connor McMichael. And by number 74, John Carlson.
And rebound by Brooks.
Top minute goal, 1:24 remaining in the second period. Here's Luc Dubois, his first goal of the game, third goal in the playoffs. Assisted by McMichael and Carlson in the second period for the Washington Capitals at 1:24 in the playoffs.
You'll cover things up to get ready for another puck drop in the Washington territory. We also like to congratulate the team of the Florida Panthers. They won their back-to-back Stanley Cup champions against the Edmonton Oilers for the second time in the final of the game. They've always been really noticing that they really just do for it. The Florida Panthers are always their crown champion to play in for the Stanley Cup Finals. I really love seeing things, and this is why I'm really noticing that I really would like to choose Florida to win over the Edmonton Oilers. Nobody cares about it. They really just felt like, well, Connor McDavid is just not doing all that he did. I think he needs to, change it up. I thought Edmonton Oilers were going to say that, no, we don't want him to leave with the Oilers. That's a lot of contrast to make that cost. It's not really going to make a change afterwards, so that may have been a problem. But Alexander Barkov, he had a great season. I think his extended contract is going to keep things going in for the Florida Panthers. He might have it on when he can. Penalty is going to be on New Jersey.
New Jersey penalty, 2 minutes for slashing.
Sending back in the penalty box. Yeah, he's really not getting all of this info in. And he was slashed up. He just made that one felt like he was going to make a whack out of it.
And the Capitals.
And now he's going to definitely go back to the penalty box again. Devils with another penalty kill. The Capitals are making its way to the next face-off against the New Jersey Devils.
Penalty on New Jersey, number 47, 2 minutes for slashing. Top of penalty in the second period, 60 minutes, 55 seconds. That's a penalty on New Jersey, number 47, Paul Cotter. Top of the penalty in the second period, 16:55 for the 2 minute slashing.
In the second period. A lot on the line here. 3 goals for the playoffs for Pierre-Luc Dubois, and we haven't passed the midway mark in a period. Luke Hughes will handle it over now to Nosen. Stefan Nosen lost that one. It's rebound by Dubois again to Carlson. Carlson looks over now. Luke Hughes on the outside. He will have that one deep down. Ovechkin sets to Radius. Radius shot saved by Markstrom. Vashke fires it out. Rebound by Ovechkin. He'll have it over to Pierre-Luc Dubois. Again to Mangiapane. Goes right down. Big rebound by Carlson. Right to Mill scores! It's another goal for Pierre-Luc Dubois. He gets 2 in the playoffs. Down to win 1 more in this action. Just 1 more. I think he might just give it some chance afterwards. Pierre-Luc Dubois is really up in the mood. This is definitely what Carlson was saying over the take and take feed. Right into the net and over to Dubois. That's crazy. We'll get it over there right in the middle, and then you just have that great goal in. Now they're killing it over from the Devils. Looks like their end of the season could be 8. And then the Capitals will play against the Florida Panthers. You may remember this one in the first round against in the NHL 22. May not be that way, but it may have been just only that. Hard thing will tell. Both teams are set ready to regroup. 62 over 36 hits for the Washington Capitals. And it's now a 6-2 game. Dubois wins the faceoff. Wiped him down. Rebound by McMichael. Trying to go for deflection for 3 on Dubois, but it was cut off by Markstrom with a big save. Paula right behind the back. Diagonal feed again to Nosen.
Capitals goal, his 4th goal.
Nosen setting it over, and this one breaks it down. Rebound by Carlson, again to Dubois.
Oh, assisted by number 74, John Carlson.
Big Michael.
And
going in motion for a stops that one by Hamilton.
Time and a goal for the Capitals power play. 3:50 in a second. Pierre-Luc Dubois, his 2nd goal of the game, 4th goal in the playoff score on the power play. Assisted by Carlson and Mangiapane in the 2nd period. The Washington Capitals power play minute at 3:50 in the playoffs.
15-13 remaining in a 2nd period. Now as they're ready to kick things on with another faceoff puck drop. Still a 6-2 game, as now is Van Riestad set to Sandin. Here's a set to Wilson, over to Stroh. Stroh across the other way in Devils territory. Sandin whips it, saved by Markstrom. Markstrom getting a next face-off in for the New Jersey Devils, as this will be a next take on. We haven't passed the midway mark in the period, as they have passed the 5-minute mark in the 2nd period. Van Riestad, shots blocked by Andre Palat. And Jack Hughes will have it the only other way. The rebound by the Devils. It's back to Stroh. Stroh makes his way over. Pass to Wilson. Wilson shot. Blocker. Save made by Markstrom. Stroh. Right to our middle. Stroh gets it back out to Van Riestad. Shot misses wide. And rebound by Hamilton again to Dylan. Dylan sets it over here. Hisker again to Timo Meier. Meier right to our wing. Got poked out, rebounded by Dylan Stroh. Stroh looks to Ovechkin. Ovechkin cutting and bounding right toward the wing. Near the zone. And back out it goes, back to Roy. Roy, puck lifts it, and it will set out of here, and it's back to Martin for Hevery. Thompson will keep this zone in, and it's rebound by Gisker. New Jersey back in offense. Hamilton shot save made by Logan Thompson. Taylor Radius again to Jacob Verana. Verana loses stick. Rebounded by Verana again to Eller. Lars Eller's right behind it at Verana. Radius. Toward again to Eller. Spin the pass. Got a shot. Scores! Jacob Verana. Another goal for the Capitals. Verana hits a skip goal in the playoffs. Doesn't really see what Jacob Verana has been doing. He really had that one lifting it in. Just the right time, you just have to do for it. But I did notice on, he really had this play like he was all over from anywhere. It looks like Markstrom, he's definitely finished it out. It looks like he'll be sent to the bench. He's finished for tonight. So Ellers wins the face-off, and a new replacement will be for the New Jersey Devils, as Dawes will be the replacement for the New Jersey Devils. Hasn't been on here for the secondary line change for the goaltenders, but he'll be able to help him out for Game 5. Yeah, he's really done. Markstrom's definitely bummered already, and he was not really showing his day off. He really doesn't want to change everything, but he really just cannot play it the right way that he has to do for. He's really pissed, and this time, he is done for today. Here's Nick Dowd. He will clear that one attempt zone out of here, and rebound by Kovacevic again to Tatar. Tatar sets the Lazar. Andrew Patton holds it down. He'll set it quickly, and rolling it right to our lane. The backhander saved up by Dawes.
Time to goal, 6:24 remaining in the second period. Jacob Perrana, his 5th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game, assisted by Eller and Radius. In the second period for the Washington Capitals at 6:24 in the playoffs.
Here's a take in for the Tar, shots blocked. And now as the rebound will make in for Carlson. I'm sorry, the correct one is Jake Allen, as he's still being a new replacement for the New Jersey Devils. Sorry about that. This one is definitely confusing it all. Yeah, I think what happened with, looks like Nico Dawes was not able to be playing in here for the goaltenders. I mean, it really can be hard, but hey. Now the fact is that we all know the players. We know that Jake Allen will be starting things off. We'll see about that. Try to get right into this one with the good work. Here's Wilson, sets to Strome, and a shot saved up by Allen. He'll give it to Ovechkin, and over to Strome, stopped by Allen. With under 12 minutes remaining in the second. One way closer to winning, as they might be heading to the Eastern Conference Finals for the Capitals. But they still are not quite done yet. They need to finish the second period before the third period. Now here's another win for the Capitals. Palat will send it over to Bratt. Bratt rolling in. Behind the back. Lost his control at first as he went down and rebounded by the New Jersey Devils. Big hit right near the net. Tom Wilson looks over to Carlson. Carlson sent it over to Ovechkin. Ovi shot saved by Allen, and he'll stop in with only 11:31 remaining in the second. Now let's have a look here for Jake Allen for his new goalie replacement for the New Jersey Devils. He's one of the Canadian ice hockey goaltenders, and in 2008 they have selected for the St. Louis Blues by the 2008 season draft entry. It's 34th overall in the second round pick. His last time was definitely one thing that he did for him. He won with the Stanley Cup with the St. Louis Blues in 2019. And as Alice previously played for the Montreal Canadiens, and he was showing off how he's been playing for everything. And he was born in Fredericton, New Brunswick of Canada. He was noticing that he could play for four teams. First, the Canadiens, second, the Blues, and now the current team, New Jersey Devils. He was wanting to be committed for the playing careers after being played for the midget Triple A's before being selected to the third round of the 2007 Quebec Major Junior Hockey. What we really know for is one season with the team, the Fog Devils was sold and relocated to Verdun, Montreal suburb, becoming the Montreal Junior Hockey Club for the 2008-9 season. By 2010, Allen was traded over to German Voltigeurs following the annual World Juniors. It was a part of a tournament and it posted a record of 18 wins and 3 losses, with .933 saving percentage and 1.75 goals against the average. There's the goal. That will be Dawson Mercer. He'll have it in for another Devils goal on the range. There's a bit of back error. Yeah, I felt like that this one may have been in there, but I felt like that this wouldn't just take in there for somehow how that one was going to change. I think we'll have to see the replay again if they can get there through. Kovacevic, this one rolls it out and rebounded up by Products. You'll send it out of gear with only 10-15 remaining in the second. Bashki right near the net. Goes in, has it again to Eric Holla. Holla, slider step in. And now rebounded by Van Riestad. Back to Eric Holla. He'll now give it over now to Kovacevic again to Pesky. Pesky shot glove save by Thompson. And we stop the play past the midway mark. 7-3 score. Now as we have a look over the replay, and you're seeing things here, let's have a look and see what happened in this last play. This is what happens with Dawson Mercer, and here's what happened to Pierre-Luc Dubois. He made a little mistake, and that one was redirected too soon to get over this. It's not a great start when he was getting it off at the right timing of his angle. And you see, down right there, as you're looking at Pierre-Luc Dubois, he definitely made a little mistake here. Right toward the goaltender, and he didn't get it cleared out. That one was a little too soon to get right into it from the net. And that one wasn't going to make it clear to get right out of it. He just really didn't think it was going to be in there at the same time. Not anybody can. Yeah, definitely would have to be clearing to get in the range. And now look what happened with Pierre-Luc Dubois. He really had that one stammered. And this is where he was limping. And sometimes he was not really making it off to that deal. I don't see what's going to happen with Pierre-Luc Dubois. He's really like lumping. He's trying to fight for it. He might have to just try to like give some break at the timing angle. And he might have to just like keep things going in. Now here's the
New Jersey goal, his sixth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 91, unassisted by a team, Dawson Mercer. Talented goal, 9 minutes and 30 seconds in the second. That's Dawson Mercer, his sixth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, unassisted by a team, at the second period for New Jersey Devils, at 9:30 in the playoffs.
He's playing it out. Otherwise, they're not going to make it easy enough to get it in. What a great stop by Logan Thompson. And so be able to cover it up for another puck drop. 35-33, Capitals to the Devils. Next face-off on. Now it's a wing for Lars Eller. Here's Roy. He'll send it over toward the wing. Near the blue line, out of the zone, will be Eller. Eller's got it right toward the wing. Swing and misses. A rebound by Dougie Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton, goal line. Fires it. Blocked the shot. Rebounded by Jacob Piranha. Now Radius will have it the other way. Send it back to Raw. Bastain's got it off. Bastion with the rebound, and it's back to Radius. Now charging here for the Devils as Lazar had it back to Dylan. Dylan, Bastion shot, stopped by Thompson. He'll hold things on with only 8:39 remaining in a second. We do have an update here for Nemec as I'll send it over to Ballpoint Pen. How is he going out there? Unfortunately, thank you everyone, as we already noticed that Nemec is really like hurting things in. He really has been spoken about by medical players, and his ultimate on his room is not turning to be the easy way in now. He has really ripped it up, and he's not going to be returning again for about a year. But it's part of the game for the regular part of the season, and for the postseason advantage, he will not be able to join back on ice after the finishing with their team. He's definitely hurt, and he won't be able to go back in with us after all. This is what happens with the big rebel takedown under effort. This definitely hurts, and it's not going to make it easier enough to make the good change. No one wants that. Nobody's going to play it like he did. So Nemec will be able to miss that one out, and for that, the teammates will be able to miss him for Nemec on a secondary line group change. You'll be able to see how well you will have to handle with the rest of them. Guys, thank you so much. And with that one being said, with Nemec, we wish him a speedy recovery, and this one will be the end, and we'll see him back next season. It's definitely like everybody had to make a change afterward. Nemec is really like finishing up the season afterwards. And with that, it's all over. Nemec is finished. He'll be back again until we see him by 2025-26 season. Of course we do. Pierre-Luc Dubois looking for 3 goals, and it's stopped by Jake Allen, and it's rebounded by Sandin. Van Riestad opened up by Bastion. Rodas. Sandin shot blocked. Dawson Mercer rolling in. Taking a breakaway chain. He scores! That'll be 2 goals for Dawson Mercer. He is tied with Pierre-Luc Dubois in the game. Unstoppable forcing for Dawson Mercer. I can't believe he's doing this again. He's rushing it, and he just did not want this to happen. Well, that's because when Dawson Mercer really made it in here, Slapshot is not going to regret this. That big on the chain is making that one a harder pace. He beats right over quickly, and he really showed how that was going to happen. Dawson Mercer has 2 goals in the game. They're back down by 3. They really have to do for an end for the second period. They need to clear that one out. Looks like the New Jersey Devils may have an answer in there, so it's not going to be the easy take in. So they've got to find another way through. If they want to try to step on in, you got to have your eyes open, or otherwise there could be a breakaway chain afterwards. Now the win for Eric Koloff. You will find Kovacevic against Stefan Nozick. On a shot, stopped by Thompson. Thompson covers it up, and this will be stopping the play with only 7 minutes remaining in the second period. Now they're ready to go for another puck drop. It's a 7-4 game, Washington. Now to win. Here's Sandini. He'll send a deep pass over. And now here's Down. Down races up across. Right into it near the middle of the bound. Stabbed by Allen. Oh, that was a great change out here for the Capitals. And this one, Allen will kick the puck out of here. And this will be our next puck drop between the Caps and the Devils. Now to win. Here's Kovacevic. He'll fire it over to Connor. Connor goes right to Holla. Holla, shot. Save made. Stays out by Logan Thompson. 2-time stop.
New Jersey goal, his second goal of the game. 6th goal on the playoff score by number 91, Dawson Mercer. Stopping the goal, 12:45 remaining in the second period. That's Dawson Mercer, his second goal of the game. 6th goal on the playoffs, unassisted by a team at 12:45 in the second period of the playoffs.
Nozen shot save by Thompson. He forces the puck here with only 6:10 remaining in the second period. Now you may have noticed before that we've already been seeing things. Sometimes with the last part of the game, that was signed to be his entry level for Jake Allen, and his entry level contracted him to make it the debut for the 2012 Stanley Cup playoffs. Coming in briefly by Brian Elliott in a late Blues second game against the Los Angeles Kings in the Western Conference Finals on April 30th. That was a miss. The lockout shortened by the 2012-13 season. He recalled it for the Blues with the start of the NHL start and then win in a 4-3 overtime victory to destroy over the Detroit Red Wings. That was something that he definitely did for him. He was also known as All-Inch Baz Bastian Memorial Award. That was something what the winner has been doing for the best goaltender of the 2013-14 season. He really done all of it. I mean, Baz is definitely really like when he choose everything for Jake Allen. Might be as profitable. I mean, you really have to be playing it for a great amount of reason for Jake Allen, and he's really like giving everything. I mean, I know he does all of that. I mean, it's great victim to make a great use of his effort. His lockout entire season was been a better one to bring out. And then for this win, playing against the Capitals, he was making a shutdown on the range with the 4-0 over the Washington Capitals. They break the franchise record by the longest stretch without allowing a goal. That was all that happened on March 22nd, 2016. Not a joke. Just past 5-minute mark in the second period, and Van Riestad will take their team offside as they'll be ready to take the reinforcement regroup in the center ice. Now as a win, here's Hamilton. In the zone. Poked it up. Van Riestad will have it the other way. Again to Dubois. Carries it over to McMichael. On a shot. Glove save by Allen. Under 5 minutes remaining in the second period, they'll be able to get their next face-off ready. So far, Alex Ovechkin will play his final season with the team and his career as a Russian player to play for one of the special ones, and this will be the last U.S. Winter Olympics. the 2026 Winter Olympics, as he'll be able to finish things up with the teams that he's really been playing it for. And now his better year this season, his skiing career, and his ultimate timing, he was made for anything on his playing for career. And for the whole entire season, he plays one of his professional on his own career. He was really enjoying for that, and he had been loving his effort the whole time. Yeah, they definitely really like him. And as for Alex Ovechkin, the part of Olympics that he really has been playing for was 2006. Really what they mentioned it before, as they really have been trying to train for in ice hockey's for the Winter Olympics. He really does all of it. I mean, you can definitely feel like he had a bunch of great records to play it in for. And for sometimes how he mentioned it before, the other playing in his career really turned to be like he was all for the finish. For anything, the Capitals might be it for him, and he might be finishing it up for one last season before his retirement. And then he'll be in the NHL Hall of Fame. Get ready to see his next moment for Alex Ovechkin. And as part of his career, he was named the captain. That was part of a January 2010 that Alex Ovechkin had made his tribute, and he's been enjoying for his moment of lifetime. He is making a great lot of his own salary. And guess how much money it is there, Willie? Do you know what the answer is? Let's say, I'm gonna say $98,000. Close range. I mean, I'll take the credit with that. How about you, Tyler? I'm gonna say $150,000. Not really. But my only take is that for Ovechkin, he made him crossing the forfeit of it at his first career. But this is what happened with that. $98,844.16. That was one of his forfeit that he really has tried to give everything. It was nothing that he did for him. Sometimes it was a lot of forfeits that he could try to take games on. And some play games, it's not really changed to be he wanted to be. I can tell you that now, about his part of a career this season can be a little bit challenging. And realizing that, well, he really will have to play this thing again. And for the Olympics, it's a better status. I always know that he will have to play things off. And he will not be able to play for things in the Olympics to get a chance to compete at the 2026 Olympic Games. So, I guess that the Russia will not be part of it anyway. So it seems like there may not be. That might be it for him. Because he will be retired, and with that, he'll be finishing off his one last season. So that's what happened with 2022 Winter Olympics. That was all he could ever done. Well, it's definitely, like always, a big sad of it, and for that, it was definitely one of his day come to life. I mean, it's really what all they said for now. For Alex Ovechkin, he really made that one with the big finish, and was all the better ones for him. I can always say, it's part of his play with the Winter Olympics, and he was representing the 13th World Championship. I always can say now that he's one of the big eights, and one of his best highlights might be on his line. So that's one of them. 2006, 2010, and 2014 Sochi Olympics. That's probably a winter event that he's ever been playing for. Oh, he almost would have pushed it in right toward the net, but that stayed out by Jake Allen. Fans just heard that oohs and ah moment. Running game 5, this is a tight one. Oh, the spare of the lifetime. Wow, I was never seen anything like this. That one was close. Now they're set, ready for our next puck drop. Capitals up by 3. Now the wing for Hughes. Make the rumble down as it's rebounded to Duhamel. He wasn't really going to get off to it on a great start. May not be that. He scores! Magic Penny! He'll go Penny again. He does it again. And as for the Devils, they are just getting destroyed by the Capitals. The #1 seeded team, 5 goals in the playoffs. For Magic Penny. So the Capitals are able to look things up, and there's one step closer to the end of the second period with only 1:26 remaining. Time in the goals for the Capitals was Mangiapane with 18:33 in the second period.
He really had to do hard, man, to Mangiapane. He had 2 goals in the playoffs. He definitely has to take everything else. It's not always that simple. You just have to keep playing harder and harder. The defense is the better record that you have to be playing for. It's not easy, but don't make it complicated.
Stop made by Logan Thompson.
There's 1 minute remaining in the second period of the game.
Sven Riestad will set it over to Jamie. He'll have it to Nick Dowd. Nick Dowd right throw it away, and he'll have it passed back out. Stick lifted, rebound by Jesper Bratt again to Jack Hughes. Rolls the pull-out. Here's Bratt. Move around. He scores. He makes it snappy, and this one rolls it, goes right into 8-3 game. Jesper Bratt has done things again. He has 6 in the playoffs with Nico Isker. Well, there's a lot of great opportunities for Jesper Bratt. He weaves, and there is another great back on the goal string after Dawson Mercer with that one with the fancy move. Here's that good slick. Logan Thompson wasn't really sure where it was going to go, but then Viss really made that one in here. He was bumped in, trying to get that one a next goal in to make the range afterward. So don't play it like you do for, well, I wouldn't say that. Jesper Bratt is really making it out of the line to try to kick things out of here. He's really doing all what he can. They're back down by 3 fastly.
Capitals go!
It looks like it's now 8-5.
6th goal in the playoffs,
Might
score
be
by
like
number 88,
close range. Hopefully they may have a 2-point possession.
Assisted by number 22, Brandon Duhamel.
Those in shot saved.
And by number 38, Rasmus
Cindy.
Cindy.
In the second period.
Time in the goal, it's
will get a
44
breather
rating
here,
in the second
and we'll
period.
get ready for another puck drop. Now he's up and ready to get their next puck drop in. 8-5 score, Washington. Now as the Caps wins the face-off, Sandin sets to Van Riestad. Over across to Tom Wilson. Wilson, puck, lost his carry on, now finding to Stefan Dozin. Alex Ovechkin wanting to take a little piece of it. Connor. Pass to Kovacevic. Try to beat the scoring, and a stop made by Thompson, and that'll end the second period.
And that about wraps it up for the second period. Your score, Washington Capitals 8 and the New Jersey Devils 5 for the second intermission.
8-5 score. We'll be back with you shortly after this. One more period to go, and it's the third period that everybody's watching. This is it. One step closer, just 20 minutes left in the third period. We'll see if Alex and her team
New Jersey goal, his 6th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game, scored by number 63, Jesper Bratt. Assisted by number 18, Andre Palat. And by number 86, Jack Hughes. Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 19 seconds in the second period. Jesper Bratt, his 6th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game was assisted by Andre Palat. And Jack Hughes in the second period for the New Jersey Devils at 19 minutes, 19 seconds in the playoffs.
Conference Finals. Last time he's done things again by 2019 Eastern Conference Finals, it was not really like that. No, sorry, 2018 Eastern Conference Finals. That was not a big change that he had really been doing it for. The big race was really like turning to be all for anything. And then they won against the Golden Knights back in 2018 in Game 5. It was really not all that they expect to do for him. So they might want to do things again. So I guess his season might be the one to get things started. So let's hope there is the best for Alex Ovechkin to keep things on the goal. I would definitely do so. I mean, I could have said that's so. Hope for the grade 8 might continue. Glove save by Allen as Alex Ovechkin couldn't get a next goal in as we passed him nearing the passing of 1 minute to play to start the third. And now to win for the New Jersey Devils. Hamilton will now swing it over deep down to Dawson Mercer. Mercer rolls inbound, saved by Thompson. He'll stop him with under 19 minutes remaining in the third period. Now
now they're settled, ready for the next face-off. Capitals up for 3, Devils trail by 3. Strome wins the face-off. Carlson swings to Wilson. Wilson trying to get to Ovi, and there'll be an interference. That's going to be Hisker in the penalty box.
New Jersey penalty
He
for Hisker
really made
interference.
that one a mess on Dylan Strome. He was punching, and then this is what the Devils
And the
should not be
Capitals are
doing
in.
things. Devils is getting killed off. Nobody wanted that at all. That's really not a good thing for Alex Ovechkin to see on Hisker as he's really trying to mess somebody up. If you're going to get a next power play goal, I really wanted to see Obi make that one goal.
Penalty on New Jersey,
But it
number
looks
13.
like
2 minutes for interference. Time and penalty. 18:54 remaining in the third period. That's a penalty on New Jersey, number 13 on Nico Hisker.
For Hammer, he lost
Time and
that
penalty in
one.
the third
Now
period.
Radius
18
will now
minutes,
have it over
54
now to
seconds for a
Carlson.
2-minute
He'll give it
interference.
to Dubois, going for 3. Mangiapane behind the net. And now Mangiapane for the shot. Rebound for Dubois. He could get 3 goals in the playoffs. Carlson shot. Save made by Allen. Rebounded by Mangiapane. And he'll now have it over again to Ovechkin's shot. Put a rebound in. That stays out. Dawson Mercer takes it over. And now he'll clear that zone out. The rebound by Carlson. He'll send it deep over it again to Radius. Radius right into the zone. Rebound take to Dawson Mercer. Mercer will have it again to Luke Hughes. Devils dumps the puck in the Caps territory. As now Carlson will have his own energy to get back to Radius. And now Dubois will have a chance to get for 3. Taking some time. That was off. And rebounded up. Dubois rolling in. Save by Allen. He gobbled it up. And that one stops it playing with only 17:34 remaining in the third. That was quite really close enough. And that contest shot is not really what they were changing him for. He really almost would have had that next goal to make that one countable. Check run now has it to Strome. Strome. Wilson. Saved by Allen. 17:23 remaining in the third period as they're still trying to look for its own way to get ready for a next puck drop. And now they're ready to go. Here's another win, and this will be the next one for the Capitals as they'll give it over to McMichael. Here's the set to Strome. Wilson on a move. That one is poked up and rebounded by Jesper Bratt. Now Curtis Lazar is back in the Caps territory. Shots blocked and rebounded by Sandin. Down to 10 seconds remaining for the Caps power play. McMichael for 2. Glove save by Allen. He'll stop that in play as there's puck sets down the ice now as this will cover things in to get ready for another puck drop. Now as they're ready to get their next puck drop, it's still working their way around. Out shot block, rebound by Wilson. Here's McMichael's shot, saved by Mark Stowe. Up and sound to make the rebound. Knows it. To Hisker. Backhander, glove saved by Thompson. Just nearing the 5 minutes to pass the mark in the third, and there's still a lot of timing to get things right around from the corner to the side. They really have to do for it. I mean, all I need to know now is that they've just got to keep playing things. I mean, just the right timing you just have to do for. You don't want to make them see you don't want to make them feel like they're bad at it. You really wanted to try to keep that one out of the way. It's not really just a breakaway change, but you just need to do for your favor. And just try to get back into it. Don't make it too uncomfortable if you do anything like that. Now the win, here's Sandin. He will now have it over, finding the pass again to Ovechkin. Ovechkin with the slide and cut. Couldn't get the goal back in. Ovechkin to Van Riestad. Shots blocked and sets back over to the Caps territory. Rolls to Sandin, and he has it over to Van Riestad. Again to Wilson. Wilson lost his stick. Rebound by Wilson, now finding to Sandin. Again to Van Riestad. Wing break toward from head. It's back to Dougie Hamilton to nose it. Nose in, sets the Connor. Connor shots off on a skater of Sandin. Dylan to Hamilton. Fires! That one blocked. And Dubois will try to get this rebound again to Mangiapane. Dougie Hamilton to Ericola. The Devils are back in the Caps territory as Sandin couldn't get it to working here as now he wants to get Van Riemstad back to Mercer. Hamilton fires it again. Number saved by Thompson. A lot of great stopping here, and the Caps fans are going wild on Logan Thompson. They're still working it off.
This really had to be played in for anything. I know what they have to do for. They just got to keep committing to their big teams in the game. You want to play it like that? Go for it. Just try your best at it. Don't play it too hard in confidence.
Great save by Thompson. Dubois has it to Protas, and now he's right into it in the Devils territory. Set to McMichael. Fire, save by Allen. Past the 5-minute mark in the third period. They're getting a halfway mark into the period to end the 5th game, and it could be the Capitals moving on to the next round in the Eastern Conference Finals. Kovacevic gets to Hishker. Hishker looks to Dawson Mercer. Booked it up, right from blue line. Knocked it down. Rebound by Hishker. From the banging wall. That was monstrous by Taylor Radius.
Never seen like that? That's why they know it's about the Newton's generation law, and it's definitely the third thing. Collision course.
Here's Eller. Eller looking it over. The pass to Radius. Radius shot glove save by Allen. 14-18 remaining in the third period. They'll be ready to kick things on for the next puck drop. 92/91% of the passing for the Washington Capitals, and just only 14-18 remaining in the third. Now to win. Here's Chikrin. Great save by Allen, and now this will roll again to Kovacevic again to Brett. Brett finding Hughes. Hughes shoots, plus save by Thompson will stop him with 14:06. He's really like giving it all what the energy has to bring in for him. And he's like giving them some applause time. I mean, he really wants to think he got, well, good work there, Thompson. I mean, that might be his generating in his head. I mean, he might just have it all of that.
Yeah, I could feel that. I mean, I know what he did. Might have to choose it off the right time in this moment.
Carlson back into the Devils territory. And he finds out. Alex shoots, saved by Allen. Back to Verona. Verona for two. Saved by Allen, covers it up. 13:48 remaining in the third period. They'll be ready to kick on for another puck drop. Now it's a win. Here's Chikrin. He finds the check to Ovechkin. And he has it to Strome. Strome shot saved up by Allen. And now back to Palat. Here's Pratt. That one chipped it up as Chikrin sets to Wilson. Here's another set. Ovechkin finding Strome. Dome shots blocked. Rebound by Lazar. He finds it over to Hamilton. Hamilton will try to get another lead whip here. And glove saved by Thompson. This has been one of the big parts as they're trying to keep things out of the way. As they're now trying to get their next puck drop in for another take. 13:14 remaining in the third period, 8-5. Now to win. Here's Chikrin again to Carlson. Wilson keeps the fire to Ovechkin. Bowling right behind the net. And Hamilton will now send it again over to Dylan, and now he'll send it over to Bastion. He gets to Tatar. Another shot, save made on Logan Thompson. Tatar, backhander, stop made. Rebound by Carlson. Carlson looks to Chikrin. Ovechkin. Solid to Strome. Knocked him down. It's behind the back. Connor saved by Thompson. 12:29 remaining in the third period. He'll send it over to McMichael, finding Dubois. Dubois looks to Protas.
Rhoda shot. Saved by Jake Allen. And rebound by Connor. This really may have been a big change, and been a little worse afterward. They may just have to like give it everything. I mean, there's no way that he could try to defend it back. You just need some time afterwards. Fire range, rough save by Thompson. Get a stop here. We'll get ready for another puck drop with only 12:02 remaining. Now both teams are ready to take on their next puck drop. Nearing the midway mark in the third period. And here's Pesky. He'll shoot it, and he'll put a rebound in, and he scores. Nico Viska. Their team is in a close range. It is now an 8-6 game. They're down by 2. This faceoff was not really changing what they has to do for. This rebound by Hishker was making it look easier. And this is a quick draw from Hishker, and then you just have it in. Then you get a little cut racing about it, and then a quick time on attack on the goal. Really have made that one in here. Nico Hisker's really like giving it everything. He wants to tie things up, so that way they can definitely get to the midway mark, and it looks like that this may not be the day without it. You know, I just don't even see what happens to Nico Hisker. You just got to try to make it in here, and if you don't, they're not going to make it easy to make it clear and success.
Here's your goal. His second goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game. Scored by number 13, Nico Hisker.
He finds it over to
Assisted by number 22, Brett Pesky. Top of the goal, 8:01 remaining in the third period. It's Nico Hisker, his first goal of the game. Seventh goal in the playoffs, assisted by Brett Pesky. In the third period for the New Jersey Devils at 8:01 in the
playoffs. It's a
playoffs.
diving play. You got a great action. I mean, I guess it's a great timing momentum that for Jake Allen is really like settling it in. He's doing great. I mean, he gets trying to reach it up, try to cover it up. Meyer pass, broken up pass for Avery again to Morana. Morana pass to Roy. Roy passed over now in the wing, and he'll have his way now over down the other side. Nico Hisker with the rebound. He has 7 goals and a rebound in this playoff game. And so far, he's looking to get 3 more to have 10, just like Jack Hughes. Meyer setting his way down. Here's a shot. And he puts another save for Logan Thompson. Here's a set to Ellers. Ellers looks over to Morana. Morana shooting, he scores! 2 goals for Morana. This is not the time we have to play for. As the race continues, they have 6 in the playoffs. He's really doing everything again. Jacob Morana is really doing that one with a great goal, and just going to pass it over by the goaltender. He really wanted to try to keep committing it again. That's all what happened to Jacob Morana. He just beats over by Jake Allen. It wasn't that the easy way to make it easy lemon squeezy. You know what they say? It's never easy when you do things. I can tell that Jacob Morana, he's tied up with Victor Blau, and he looks like he wants to have 3 goals. So if he gets his 3rd one, he'll have a hat trick. Dow takes back. Now Mangiapane will have it running over again to Sandin. Sandin passed to Dow. Dow right near to the bench as he battles for the loose puck. Trying to watch out for trouble. Dylan shoots, but saved by Thompson as we're nearing the midway mark in the 3rd period. So far, the big leaders of the game was the Florida Panthers. As you may have noticed it, Matthew Tkachuk, he has made his own timing, and with that, he has 10 goals in the playoffs. He's looking for 11 goals in the playoffs if he can keep it going. The further they get, the better they will. And as we're getting closer to 10 minutes in the 3rd period, 9-6 is the score, Washington. Don't forget, fellas, we have our next game. That's Connor McDavid. He is all ready to prepare on ice. He thinks he's a lot of great shuffling skills, and he's going to be doing a lot of work in the routine, so he's going to try to see what he can definitely do for his next teammates.
Second goal of the game, scored by number 13, Jacob Verano. Assisted by number 20, Lars Eller.
And if the team wins,
by number 42, Martin Stars. Top of the goal, 9:08 remaining in the 3rd period. Jacob Verana, his 2nd goal of the game, 6th goal of the playoffs, assisted by Eller and Pfefferberry in the 3rd period for the Washington Capitals at 9:08 in the playoffs.
If there is one, for plenty.
Now here's another quicking rebound as they're ready to kick things off. 9-6 is the score, Washington. Now to win, here's Carlson. Sent over to Ovechkin. Ovechkin goes down. Rebound by Dylan. They're back in the Caps territory. Carlson takes it over, and he'll now have a swing to Strome. Strome works his way across in the middle. It's back to Dougie Hamilton as he over now to Eric Holla. Holla swinging in from side to side, and the shot made, save made on the play by Logan Thompson. Holla shot, save made by Thompson. Chick run will have it carried out. Paul Connor with the rebound. It's back to Connor. Hamilton works his way to Holla, and back to Connor. Now the Chick run will have his own change to give it to Dylan Strome. 100 hits for the Devils, as now Strome will have it the other way. Now ripped around the square, and here's her with Alex Ovechkin. In the middle, Ovechkin. Strome shoots, saved by Jake Allen. Ishker gives it over to Pesky. Pesky to Meyer. Meyer run a pass. Goes right back to Dubois as he's back on ice. And he's back over to Protas. Protas chance. Trying to get right to it in the middle on the save made by Allen. He'll cover it up with only 8:07 remaining in the third period. Lot of time left to make the increasement. Devils wanted to make this one close range for a 1-point lead for the Capitals. Pesky sets the Timo Meyer. Meyer looks it off to Dawson Mercer. What a save by Logan Thompson. Mercer and Meyer shot saved by Thompson. He'll have it knocked down for Mercer as this will stop under 8 minutes in the third. Timing is the next thing to be done for as they're ready to kick things on for the next puck drop. The wing for the Capitals as he now has it to Roy. Roy clearing around the net and rebounded by the Devils. Kovacevic kicks it back and rebounded by Dubois. Set to Roy. Roy right behind the back. Here's McMichael. We're back on Protas and a chance play. This one is picked up. And now Palat. The chance over back the other way for the Devils. Here's shot. Goes with a rebound. Thompson with a stop. 7:18 remaining in the third period as they'll get ready for another puck drop in the Caps territory. Still a great change in. 92/91 for the Washington Capitals. This one is a big charm out for the Capitals as they worked it up across. He shoots a range save by Thompson, and he'll hold things here with only 7:14 remaining. Now a win for the Devils. That one blocked a shot, rebounded by Valrana. Here's Forevery. Set the pass to Roy, and looks to Radish. Radish. Bubble battling for the loose puck. And just for Bratz back the other way. Here's a set, racing about in a gear shot, he scores! That's number 11 for Jack Hughes. Reaches up and looks right after it to go right down by 2. The big play for Jack Hughes, he was rushing things in. I was never seen like this. Now he has 11 goals in the playoffs. Just a quick timing reaction when you do for Jack Hughes when the puck on string gets loose. You don't see how that one changed oftenly. With some great goals, it was really hard to try to kick things up a notch. And for sometimes for Jack Hughes, he gets his 11th goal in the playoffs. He wasn't sure if it was going to be able to make it in there. Now he tries to PR Matthew Tkachuk. It's not really the easy way, but they really kept on going for him. He has to play a deep thought seriously. Here's shot saved by Thompson. 6:36 remaining in the third period. He'll stop in to get ready for another puck drop. the win for the Devils. Great save by Logan Thompson. Rolls in with the rebound.
New Jersey goal, his 11th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 86, Jack Hughes. Assisted by number 63, Jesper Brett. Top of the goal, 13 minutes, 7 seconds in the third period. That's Jack Hughes, his 11th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Jesper Brett in the third period for the New Jersey Devils at 13:07 in the playoffs.
Nick down, right back into the wing, and this one given up. Hitchcock rolls again to Dylan. Dylan races his way down in toward the zone. Back to Dylan, shot saved up on a play by Thompson. Knocked it down. Mercer right to Dougie Hamilton from corner blank. Shot on a block made by the Capitals on Ryan Strome. Dylan Strome, sorry. Now here's another one for Dylan Strome. The Tom Wilson shot has been blocked off by defensive traffic, and it goes right back to Connor. Connor goes back to nose in. That shot, this is wide, and it goes right over again. Down to Ovechkin. Here's Tom Wilson. Cuts it straight way across. You'll find it to Strome. Strome to Wilson. Glove save made by Allen. He'll stop with only 5:17 remaining in the third. Man, Dylan Strome is really like giving all the effort, and this one blocked the shot. He got lipped again. Man, I don't know if he's going to keep on going with this one, but it seemed like that he might be all done. Dylan Strome heading to the medical room. We'll hear the updates on the reporter for that one later, but we're unsure if he will be back on ice, just like the same thing on the other side for Nemec. Well, he might be like changing it in here, and as for now, one player goes out, other player goes out, and it seemed like that there's only one change in to make a difference on Nemec and Dylan Strome. For a rebound, he scores! It's the Wild! Give the Hawks to celebrate in Game 5. He earns 3 goals in the game. Well, there you have it. Here with the Wild has 3 goals in the playoffs with a big rebounding change you all feel for, and now it's his 5th in the playoffs. He made this one an easy lift change. That's a great 5 on the goals for Pierre with the Wild. It was an amazing make to put it on for Connor and Michael, and that's for now. As for Pierre with the Wild, he has made 5 goals in the playoffs and has passed the 5-minute mark in a final minute. He really dug everything on. With 3 goals in the playoffs and a hat trick, he really has made this thing with the game come to his life. His more abilities and more time for Pierre with Wild to get ready for a next matchup in the conference finals. This is what happens with Pierre with Wild as he really makes the over. Keep on playing what you do for. Back to you. Thank you so much, your ballpoint pen.
Time and goal, 15:01 remaining in the third period. Here's Luke McGuire, his 6th goal in the playoffs. 3rd goal in the game, scoring a hat trick.
We're under final 5 minutes remaining in the third.
In the third period for the Washington Capitals.
Both teams are ready to get their next face-off drop. Now we go back from here, as I'll send it back over to ballpoint pen for the update on Dylan Strome. Thanks, guys. What we all noticed about Dylan Strome, he was able to exit the game and head to the locker room in the third period. He was not sure what was happening, but he was more likely unable to play back on with this game and his teammates. He's not sure how it has to happen, but he made that one too many step moves to give that one with some blocking chance. He got hit for the puck very badly here from the chest and from the leg, but it was not easy to get there. What a goal! John Carlson underclaps it. 11-7 game. There is one, and there is the other one. John Carlson thunderstruck, and he just clapped it in with another goal. 3 goals in the playoffs. Just like you see things, it's just like a quick lightning bolt flat. One-time slasher, and that thunderclap is just right across from its screen. Never seen how that one was going to go right zipping from across, but you see that one going back that far? Carlson gets 3 goals in the playoffs. He really has done it again. He'll set to McMichael. McMichael on a shot saved by Allen. And he'll be able to reinforce the weak group things here
in the Caps to the Devils territory. Now, I know what you're all saying here, guys, but this is whatever happens with Dylan Stone. And he's glad enough that they're happy for them to move things on to the next spot. This might be a next chain in between the first seed versus the third seed. Nobody stands a chance afterwards. But we will have to see here how well they do. And this is for the time now for Dylan Stone to be rushed up, and then he'll be able to get ready for the conference finals.
6:07 remaining in the third period. That's John Carlson, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Chick Ryan McMichael. In the third period for the Washington Capitals, that's 6:07 in the playoffs.
And he scores. Timo Meier will have another goal in. And that time it just brings it back to an 11-8 lead as they're back down by 3. That'll be Timo Meier who makes his 5th goal in the playoffs. When all happens with Timo Meier, he just makes that one strucking it in, and he just had that one zipping from the goal. That was happened with the tape-to-tape feed to give over to Timo Meier. Right behind the back, and then the goal for Timo Meier. It's just a little cutting bounding. You just have to do it for real to keep things out of the way. They're all settled down. Timo Meier with 5 goals in the playoffs as they're rolling in with only 3:13 remaining in the third. Really have to play it in for anything. You really have to be like a confident, key gamer, but you all need to know is that a lot of players get some hydration and they really have to just try to scoot it along over. They just need to like try to push the sprint, find the attack.
New Jersey goal.
It's not really
His
like
5th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game
they
scored by number 28, Timo Meier. Assisted by number 13, Nico Vishko. And by number 7, Dougie Gimbleton. Top of the goal, 16:47 remaining in the third period. That's Timo Meier, his 5th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game assisted by Nico Vishko and Hamilton. In the third period for the New Jersey Devils at 16:47 in the playoffs.
Now we're waiting for the Devils. He will be stick lifted, and it's rebound by Eller. Eller near the wing, and this one is off and dunked it for the wing. And this will stop in as a Brett
New Jersey penalty
is in the
for
penalty box.
tripping.
Number tripping on the Devils. And the Capitals are on the power play. Capitals with another power play advantage. This will now be the next take in to have another power play goal. They're 4 for 5.
Penalty New Jersey, 2 minutes for tripping on number 5. Top and penalty, 2:43 remaining in the third period. That's a penalty on New Jersey. Number 5, Brendan Dillon. Top and penalty in the third period of the playoffs, 2 minutes 43 seconds for a 2-minute tripping.
It's back to Kovacevic and over again to Lazar. He finds Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes sets to Brad. And it's now Brad. Move around. Ovechkin with the rebound. He'll now have it swinged to Carlson. Carlson right toward its way down, right toward the zone. Again, Ovechkin. Ovechkin, no cutting, bounding, back to Kovacevic. He stuck it right toward the wall. Rebound by Hughes. Hughes will make his way over toward the wing. Again to Lazar. Back to Carlson. He looks at Mangiapane. And Mangiapane looks over the right edge. On a shot. That save by Jake Allen. Kovacevic looks over to Lazar. And this will be it. The power play's over for the Washington Capitals.
Washington penalty, 2 minutes for
will be Taylor Radish. That was it. And he just had to do everything when he can. And now with the Devils, they're going to have to figure a way out. Who had a better play for tonight? I will send it over now to Ballpoint Pen. This is a great on-take. This matchup is the only great take on the thunderclapping and John Carlson.
On Washington.
He
2
really
minutes for
makes
cross-checking
it
on number 16. Top penalty, 1:38 remaining in the third period. That's a penalty on Washington Capitals on number 16, Taylor Radius. Top penalty, 1:38 remaining in the playoffs for a 2-minute cross-checking.
He'll find it over to Tatar. Tatar writes it toward inbounding. The final slap, the shot, he scores. That'll be Thomas Tatar with a goal he made. This one goes back down quickly. Thomas Tatar, he really wants to get his own goal. He now finally dug it with his first playoff goal. It wasn't like that after Curtis Lazar, as he was really giving it everything. And for sometimes you just don't really see things. Thomas Tatar really made that one with a great slap shot and a great goal to take things in. That's what happens. You really have to see what goes back down. And they really are putting a fight back battle and nearing a close game. Now here's another one to pull on. Extra Packers on. They're down to a final minute in the third period. Right to our corner. Holla.
There's only one more minute remaining in the third period of the game.
Will be able to kick this on empty net goal. This wide. And Carlson ended. With 2 goals in the game, it's out to win the Packers. As John Carlson hits his 4th in the playoffs. You can shoot, you can score it big, and Carlson with the heat seeker, he had that one and raced right to it. That was wide return to Matt, and then this rebound happened to Carlson. He said, I'll take it over. And that wide that gets another goal with a good separation between by both teams. So the Capitals wait.
New Jersey goal, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game scored by number 90, Tomas Tatar. Assisted by number 70, Dougie Hamilton, and by number 34, Jake Ellis. Time of the goal, 18:47 remaining in the third period. Tomas Tatar, his first goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Hamilton and Allen in the third period for the New Jersey Devils at 18:47 in the playoffs.
He finds Eller. Eller clears it up.
Capitals goal, his first
20 seconds remaining in the third. Hughes will set the hole.
John
Last hope
Carlson.
for the Devils.
Assisted by number 21,
Motion
Alexei
play.
Protas.
Down to 10.
And by number
Gives it
48,
away.
Logan Thompson.
Washington Capitals are
Tom with a goal on the
moving
empty
to the
net.
Eastern
19:09 remaining in the third
Conference
period.
The play is the Florida Panthers. It's a big night that they always say Florida. For Logan Thompson, he had a wonderful night. And they shut down the New Jersey Devils. They were not sure how they were going to collapse. All
Your
for
Washington
now,
Capitals
he's moving
wins
on.
the series.
We salute to the fans.
Final score,
Thanks
Washington
for
Capitals
everything,
12 and the
Slapshot.
New Jersey
We
Devils
know we're going
9
to do it
in
again.
game number 5 of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Along with my broadcast partner,
Devils fans, thank you all for joining us here for tonight's game. Join us for the first game as they take on the Florida Panthers in the Eastern Conference Finals. The coverage of the game will start at 8 p.m. for the conference finals of the NHL. With that being said, we ask you folks to get home safely and drive carefully. Have a great
So
night.
long in Washington, D.C., and we'll see you all next time. Take care. All right, thank you guys so much. Time for 3-star players of the game. The 3rd star player goes to Pierre-Luc Dubois with 3 goals and has his hat trick. John Carlson with 2 goals and 2 assists and 7 hits. He just had it all with the thunderclap in it. And your 1st-star player of the game was Pierre-Luc Dubois with 3 goals, 1 assist, and 17 hits. The 3rd-star player of the game was Logan Thompson. He had a great season to finish off the 2nd round, and it was nothing that they did for him. Here's how you do with the total statistics on the other side of it, because we have a bunch of it. 112 over 103 total shots on goal for the Capitals. 125 over 113 for the Get. 643 over 642 time on attack. And it was 92 over 91 percentage. With 67 faceoff wins, 6-minute penalty kill for Washington and only 12-minute penalty kill for the New Jersey Devils. 1 power play goal made for rolling .431, and 4 power play goals were made with only .811. So therefore, the Washington Capitals advances to the Eastern Conference Finals. And as for the New Jersey Devils, it's been a ride, but they will be back next season for NHL 26. It's been a great fan to try to salute to everyone, but as this moment appears, Devils comes up to the end with only Jack Hughes with 11 goals in the playoffs with his team. And we won't matter what will happen next.
And as we be on the other side of it, as we get ready for the Western Conference semifinals for the last part of the game, we'll get you on the other side of it soon once we come back after this one.
You've been watching the first part of the game of the Eastern Conference semifinals of Game 5 of the Caps and the Devils, with the wrap-up of the second round. We'll get ready for the upper side as we'll be back with you soon. See you folks next time for as well as the NHL 25 of the Stanley Cup on EA Sports Style. This is Terry Crews and
Roy Cruz signing out. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye everybody, and so long in the District of Columbia of Washington.
If you don't, somebody will.